New Zealand has today recorded no new cases of the virus for the first time since mid-March. The country has been helped by its geography. It's 2,500 miles from Australia and its 5 million inhabitants are spread across an area larger than the UK. Many New Zealanders have praised Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern's decisive leadership in the crisis. And tomorrow she'll join a virtual meeting of the Australian Cabinet to discuss how to allow travel between the two countries. Here's our Foreign Affairs correspondent, Jonathan Miller.
Socially distanced from the rest of the planet, New Zealand locked down hard and locked down early and went into isolation.
Sit at a distance, stand as one. And when the time is right, we welcome you.
In a bid to avoid the devastation wrought by responding too late, the country went into COVID-19 hibernation. Woefully ill-prepared for the pandemic, and with cases rising fast, it had no option. It was tough, but they did it. Today, the Director General of Health had good news.
Today, we have no new cases of COVID-19 to report.
A cause for celebration, he said, while still urging extreme caution. New Zealand eased its harsh lockdown last week.
Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. I love it. Missed it so much.
Bit of a relief.
Yeah.
Now, having faced the same threat as everywhere else, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has seemingly vanquished the virus.
We have the opportunity to do something no other country has achieved, elimination of the virus, but it will continue to need a team of 5 million behind it.
Aged 39, New Zealand's youngest ever female Prime Minister has a degree in communications, and in crises it shows.
Kia ora koutou, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. I asked a few people on Facebook and Instagram to give me some questions for you.
Evening, everyone. That I would jump online quickly and just check in with everyone, really.
She's won people over with a stream of informal live Facebook chats. This one straight after putting her baby daughter to bed, all explaining the lockdown.
Okay, I'll be staying in touch, so you'll be seeing me lots and lots. I'll try and answer as many of your questions as I can.
Any tips on how to...
Here, she's discussing how to explain things to children.
My little test virus here, so that...
COVID's been the ultimate test of political leadership everywhere. Ardern's trust rating now stands at 88%. The Hui is NZ's flagship Maori current affairs programme.
Internationally, she's been hailed for all but eradicating coronavirus here in Aotearoa. I spoke to the Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, and they say that the government has treated Māori as an afterthought.
I do think that a real effort has been made to make sure that we were engaging with Māori as early and as quickly as possible.
Mihi Forbes, the Hui's anchor, says Ardern doesn't run from tough questions and has come into her own with COVID-19.
I think she's just really good in a crisis. She's had 3 major crises in the last year. We've had the massacres in Christchurch, which she became an international leader. She was talked about all over the world. And then we had Whakaari, White Island eruption, and she fronted, particularly well there. She is clear and she's comforting. And now we have the COVID-19. I think she has a high emotional intelligence, and she's able to read situations. And for a moment, she's able to feel what it's like to be in somebody else's shoes.
This was Ardern's 2019 Christmas message to Kiwis.
And as we go into what will be a big 2020, an election year 2020, I hope that everyone finds, a little bit of peace as they go into the next year after a pretty tough year for New Zealand.
No one saw COVID coming. While some criticise her government's poor pandemic preparedness, most think St Jacinda's canonisation is justified. She'll be hoping it'll carry her through to election day in September.
Jonathan.